Hey gamers, welcome back to my channel, the ultimate destination for all things gaming. I'm your guide through the pixelated magical realm of Worldbox. I have got you covered if it has anything to do with latest tips and tricks of Worldbox. Alright, enough talk. Let's dive into the virtual world of Worldbox. Today I'm gonna give you some basic beginner tips for this game. This game is surprisingly complex. Starting with tip number 1. So for this you need to go to the settings and you have to go again into the settings. You can see the hamburger here and you have to keep pressing it continuously until you see that bug type of icon. So here, as you can see, these are called the debug tools. This is actually the developer version of the controls which are used by the game's creators to check out the bugs and patch them. So yeah, here you can see that there are many options and it's quite complex here. So if you overuse this might get like damaged and this might actually block the game, like making the game stop working, etc. For example, I have selected the fast spawn option, so what it does is you can continuously spawn them like humans, etc. And this is that. And you also have the sonic speed, etc. And so this is very important for new players, especially so that they can figure out the game better. And if you are a Worldbox enthusiast, you kinda need this option, okay? And this is very complex of a topic, so I'm thinking about making a separate video about this debug options, specifying about every single thing here, like what every button does. Even I don't know what every button does, and that's coming from a veteran of this game. I've been playing this game for like 3 years, not continuously, but yeah, I enjoy this game. For now, yeah, try this fast spawn and sonic speed. Nextly is use this generate world function properly, like this one. So now this one is very important because Worldbox is all about creating the game and using this world and managing it basically, right? You're pretty much able to do almost everything here. So for that you need to create a world first of all. So I'm gonna show you how. So these are the templates. There are mainly 16 templates, but actually only 15, so I'm gonna show you all of these. Firstly is continent. So continent is basically a huge landmass with all these different types of biomes, mountains included, and maybe few detached islands, etc. And generally comes with peninsula and completely enclosed lake-like structures, like you can see here, right? Nextly, let's go to this, the world in a box. It's basically like the normal general world, but it's covered by this, what do you call this, mountain type of thing, a wall around the entire world. This is the second template. Next we can see this islands. So yeah, I didn't talk about this customization, but it's pretty clear actually. Random shapes implies that you can create n number of random shapes here. The maximum is 40. The noise level is basically the complexity of the map, like the terrain. The noise details is also same like that, and bonus is generally for reserved for this stuff like mountain complexity and hills, etc. Mountain edges means like the hills surrounding it, I'm supposed, but spawning vegetation, like basically if you create the world, so you want the vegetation to come along, or you are gonna create them separately. Spawn resources implies like, do you wanna spawn resources when the world is created, or do you wanna drop them separately? Centered lake is basically a water body surrounded by all the land near it. Round edges implies like a spherical world, alright? Tree ring, so it implies that trees are in a ring, not like a ring, but they're in a spherically detached shape and covered by plains on all sides, so that it's like more realistic, I guess. Low ground is basically the basic application of real world like thing to this Worldbox game. Basically, the further you go from the center, the land gets steeper. The land gets lower in elevation. High ground is basically mountains. Remove mountains is world without mountains. Next, we have this thing, boring plains, the template. Let's see. Basically, there's nothing here too. The world is covered in a box like thing, wall, and it's just everything is plains, and there are some sand lines separating these plains. That's it, very boring. Donut, as you can see right here, is world shaped like donut, but yeah, it has a central lake in it, and all the four sides, as you can see here, the boundary is not visible. Yeah, is covered by water on all sides. A donut shaped land is covered by water on all sides. Toast is, I guess it doesn't exactly look like toast, but yeah, well, you get the point, right? These are just worlds shaped like the food, etc. Dormant volcano, and this shape of world is basically resembles a volcano. So what happens is, you have the center mountains representing like a volcano, and as you go further, the elevation of the world gets lower and lower, and until it's like clear ocean. Next, we have this cheese. Here, the world is shaped like cheese, and the holes in the cheese, I guess, would be these ocean biome, but more like lakes since they're enclosed, right? Next we have bad apple, as the name suggests. As the name suggests, we can see not an apple, but a circular land mass covered with hills and mountains, and it kinda forms some enclosed territory. As we know, the units cannot move through these thick mountains, but can move through the hills slowly. But yeah, creates some enclosed land, but it's not completely enclosed. I don't know what you're gonna use this map class template for, but it looks interesting. Next we have this chaos pearl, which looks, I guess, interesting. Like, look at that, some intriguing shapes. Looks like chaos. Next, chaos lasagna. As name implies, it just looks like chaos, but not much like lasagna, I guess. Yes. Yeah, I mean, it looks like noodly. That's good. Next is ant hill. This maybe depicts ant hill. I have never seen one specifically from inside, so maybe this, yeah, depicts ant hill, I guess. Next, we got ourselves checkerboard. Checkerboard is basically this visually intriguing world where biomes are alternating left to right, down top to bottom, and same diagonally, the same type of biome like here. Obviously these are only, last but not